everyone, a very good morning. It just past 8 this Monday morning and we're back again with all the news on Breakfast News. I am Nancy Kohli and with me is Rukma. Good morning, Rukma.
A very good morning to you as well, Nancy.
Yes, and we'll get you all the coverage from across the nation, world, sports and business updates. And even as the cases in India are rising, the efforts are on in full swing to contain the further spread of the coronavirus COVID-19. We'll get you all the coverage on that.
We also take a look at this scam that's just hit one of the fastest growing banks in recent years, Yes Bank. Our reporters on the ground giving us all the latest updates in that regard, as also India's disappointment in the match against, in the tournament against Australia in that T20 final where, they were completely decimated.
Absolutely, all of that and much more in the next 1 hour. Stay with us. Let's begin with the top stories.
Central Bureau of Investigation registers case against Yes Bank founder Rana Kapoor and others on charges of criminal conspiracy, cheating and corruption. Rana Kapoor remanded to Enforcement Directorate custody till the 11th of March.
COVID-19 positive cases in India rise to 39, with 5 more persons having travel history to Italy testing positive. The Union Cabinet Secretary holds meeting to review the current situation and preparedness. In view of the rising cases of COVID-19 from France, the US and Spain, the government decides to have dedicated aero bridges for these countries.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls upon women to support the campaign against malnutrition and Jal Jeevan Mission. Interacting with Nari Shakti awardees, PM says the work being done by the awardees is an inspiration for others.
President Ram Nath Kovind gives away the Nari Shakti Award to 15 women for their extraordinary achievements and contribution to society on the Women's Day.
In sports, Indian boxers Pooja Rani, Vikas Krishnan, Lavlina book berth for 2020 Tokyo Olympics, enter semi-finals of Asian qualifiers in Amman.
The Indian squad for the ODI series against South Africa announced. Hardik Pandya, Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Shikhar Dhawan returned to the squad, while Rohit Sharma and Mohammad Shami excluded due to injuries. The first match of the 3-match ODI series to be played on Thursday at Dharamshala.
And now let's take a look at the news in detail. Well, the CBI has registered a case against founder and CEO of Yes Bank Rana Kapoor, Diwan Housing Finance Limited, the promoter Kapil Wadhwan and Doit Urban Ventures India Limited. A case has been registered on charges of criminal conspiracy, cheating and corruption under relevant sections of the Indian Penal Code and Prevention of Corruption Act. CBI has alleged that Rana Kapoor extended financial assistance to DHFL to get substantial undue benefits for himself and his family members via companies held by Kapoor and his family. The FIR was registered after the agency's specialized unit dealing with bank fraud cases examined the matter. Meanwhile, yesterday early morning, Rana Kapoor was arrested by the ED under money laundering charges after over 30 hours of questioning and remanded to its custody till March 11th.
Meanwhile, acting on a lookout circular opened at the request of the Enforcement Directorate against Rana Kapoor and his family members, his youngest daughter Roshni was stopped at the Mumbai International Airport while boarding a flight to London. Roshni was trying to board a London-bound flight, but she was not allowed to clear the immigration checks. According to sources, Roshni is a director in many entities. The Enforcement Directorate is probing under the money laundering case registered against her father, Rana Kapoor. Following the developments, Roshni was asked to join the investigation in the case.
The Delhi police has said it has filed 702 cases and 2,387 people have been either detained or arrested in connection with the recent violence in northeast Delhi. According to police, of the 702 cases filed, 49 have been registered under the Arms Act. They also said 283 meetings have been held with the Aman committees in violence-hit areas of the area.
Moving on now, the government is keeping a close watch on the situation and a number of measures have been taken to contain the spread of the coronavirus. The Union Cabinet Secretary took the 16th review meeting on Sunday and the preparations to bring in citizens from Iran were elaborately discussed, which are at an advanced stage. Since the disease has spread over more than 90 countries with over 1 lakh cases worldwide, the states and the union territories have been asked to enhance the community surveillance as per the list of passengers provided to the states and union territories. In view of rising cases from France, the US, Spain, it was decided to have dedicated aero bridges of these countries also in addition to the 12 existing countries. It was also stressed that people need to be made aware about the use of masks. As of Sunday, there are 39 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 5 new cases have been confirmed in Kerala. They have a travel history to Italy. The Union Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan is continuously monitoring and reviewing the status, actions taken and the future preparedness of the states.
The Cabinet Secretary took a review meeting, and let me tell you, this was his 16th meeting. Basically, the preparations to bring our Indian citizens from Iran were elaborately discussed. It was decided that we need to enhance our community surveillance with regard to these countries. It was also stressed that people need to be made aware about the use of mask.
And External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has assured full support to over 40 Indian citizens stranded in the city of Qom in Iran in urgent need of medical help and general assistance. In a tweet, the minister said efforts underway for return of Indian pilgrims in Qom in Iran. Screening process has started and follow-up arrangements are being discussed with Iranian authorities. This is top priority, and embassy team at India in Iran is fully engaged on this. On the welfare of Indian fishermen stuck in Iran, S. Jaishankar said, our embassy in Iran continues to maintain close contact with Indian fishermen in Iran. No case of COVID-19 has been reported among them. Ensuring that they have adequate supplies, will continue to monitor their welfare.
And let's now go across to our correspondent Nitendra Singh, who is joining us with more updates on the phone line. Nitendra, good morning. So the community surveillance has been enhanced and many countermeasures are being taken at various levels. Just take us through the latest that you're picking up as far as containing the further spread of COVID-19 across the country is concerned.
बिल्कुल नैन्सी, सरकार की तरफ से काफी सतर्कता की जा रही है और केंद्र सरकार लगातार राज्यों के संपर्क में है और जो कोरोना वायरस को कैसे रोका जाए और जो लोग संक्रमित है उनका बेहतर इलाज कैसे हो, उनको क्वारंटाइन फैसिलिटी कैसे मिले, इसको लेकर के लगातार केंद्र सरकार राज्यों के संपर्क में है। और कल केरल में 5 और पॉजिटिव मामला सामने आया है और भारत में अब तकरीबन 39 मामले हो गए पॉजिटिव, जिनमें 3 का इलाज के बाद पहले अस्पताल से छुट्टी दे दी गई है। इसमें जो केरल में 5 जो संक्रमित लोग हैं उनकी खास बात यह है कि वो इटली से उनकी ट्रेवल हिस्ट्री है और उन्होंने एयरपोर्ट पर जो हेल्थ चेकअप होता है उसमें कोऑपरेट नहीं किया था और उन्होंने छिपाया था, और जिसकी वजह से जब वो घर गए तो उनके परिवार के 2 सदस्यों में बुखार, सर्दी, जुकाम आया तो वो फिर निकट के प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल में गए और वहाँ इलाज कराने गए। तब फिर पता चला और उनके पड़ोसियों ने खासतौर पे बताया कि आपको सरकारी अस्पताल में संपर्क करना चाहिए, तो ऐसी उनकी पहचान हुई। तो ये निश्चित तौर पे स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय के लिए भी एक चिंता का विषय था और स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय ने अपील की है लोगों से कि अगर कोई व्यक्ति संभावित प्रभावित देश से लौटता है तो वो जरूर अपनी स्वास्थ्य जांच कराए और अपनी जानकारी स्वास्थ्य केंद्र पे, निकट स्वास्थ्य केंद्र पे या फिर हेल्पलाइन पे जो स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय ने जारी किया उस पे दे। और सरकार की तरफ से बेहद खास कदम उठाया गया है और अपील की गई है कि लोग गैदरिंग भीड़ भाड़ वाले इलाके में न जाएं और होली में भी गैदरिंग में शिरकत न करें, अपने घरों में ही होली मनाएं। इस तरह के तमाम एहतियात कदम उठाए गए हैं।
Okay. Right, Nitendra, and when we talk about the efforts on the government's part to increase awareness, are we also looking at more advisories that could be issued as far as flights are concerned, because most of the people, most of the carriers of the virus are people who have come in from abroad?
बिल्कुल, अभी कल स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय ने जो 3 देश हैं, अमेरिका, स्पेन और फ्रांस, वहां से जो भी फ्लाइट आएगी, वहां से जो भी यात्री आएंगे, उनके लिए अलग से एरो ब्रिज बनाया जा रहा है, क्योंकि 12 जो देश थे, प्रभावित देश थे, उनके जो पैसेंजर आ रहे थे उनको पहले से ही अलग से एरो ब्रिज के जरिए लाया जा रहा था, उनकी स्पेशल स्क्रीनिंग हो रही थी। कल 3 और देश को ऐड किया गया, अमेरिका, फ्रांस और स्पेन, उनकी अलग से एरो ब्रिज बना करके स्क्रीनिंग की जाएगी। और ये तमाम ऐसे कदम है जो एहतियात के तौर पे उठाए जा रहे हैं। एयरपोर्ट पे ही कोशिश हो रही है कि उनकी स्क्रीनिंग हो और उनका ट्रेवल हिस्ट्री रखा जाए, ताकि अगर वो घर पे जाए तो 14 दिन के क्वारंटाइन के लिए बोला गया है, जो भी वहां से लौट के आते हैं प्रभावित देश से, और उनकी निगरानी की जाती है। इसके अलावा सरकार इस बात की कोशिश कर रही है कि जो कम्युनिटी लेवल पे इसका प्रचार प्रसार हो, लोगों में जागरूकता आए, और इसके लिए तमाम राज्यों से कहा गया है और जिलाधिकारियों से बोला गया है कि वो पंचायत स्तर पे लोगों को जागरूक करें और उनका ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड रखें जो प्रभावित देश से लौट करके आए हैं।
All right, Nitendra Singh, thanks very much for joining us for the moment and sharing all those inputs. So, in fact, many efforts being taken at different levels to make sure that the COVID-19 does not spread any further. As of now, there are 39 confirmed cases in India. Thanks very much, Nitendra. And of course, we'll keep our eyes on that story throughout the day and in fact in the days to come as well. But 10 people have died in the Chinese city of Guangzhou after the place that was being used to quarantine individuals under observation for the coronavirus collapsed. The hotel began to collapse on Saturday evening. 48 individuals have been rescued from the site of the collapse. Of that total, 10 have been confirmed dead, with the rest being treated at hospitals.
And Italy has imposed a virtual lockdown across a swathe of its wealthy north, including the financial capital Milan, in a drastic new attempt to try to contain the rapidly growing outbreak of coronavirus. The unprecedented restrictions, which will impact some 16 million people and stay in force until April 3rd, involves, say, people should not enter or leave Lombardy, Italy's richest region, as well as 14 provinces in 4 other regions, including the cities of Venice, Modena, Parma, Piacenza, Reggio Emilia and Rimini. Italy has been hit harder by the crisis than anywhere else in Europe so far, with the number of cases jumping more than 1,200 in a 24-hour period. The biggest daily rise since the epidemic began in the country 2 weeks ago. The latest total of cases stands at 5,883 with 233 deaths.
And France has banned gatherings of over 1,000 people to contain coronavirus, though with some exceptions of protests and the use of mass public transport. The French health authorities also reported 3 new coronavirus deaths yesterday, taking the country's death toll from the outbreak to 19, as the number of reported infections also rose to 1,126. France remains on level 2 of its outbreak response plan that focuses on containment. Level 3 is the highest level.
The South Korean army and medical staff have been mobilized at hospitals in Daegu, the city at the center of the worst coronavirus outbreak outside mainland China. South Korea has reported an additional 179 new coronavirus cases for a total of 272 new cases over the previous 24 hours. The new cases bring South Korea's total to 7,313, the largest number of any country outside China. The daily increase was the lowest in at least a week. Meanwhile, several embassies in North Korea have been closed today, and as many diplomats were flown out following weeks of tight quarantine restrictions imposed by Pyongyang over the spread of novel coronavirus. North Korea has not confirmed a single infection, but has imposed strict rules, including closing its borders and putting thousands of its own people into isolation.
In Iraq, the Shalamcha border crossing with Iran has been closed due to concerns over rapid spread of the coronavirus that has killed 194 people and infected 6,566 others in Iran. Iraq's overland trade with Kuwait and Iran is to be suspended between 8th to 15th of March. Iraq also shut its Saifan border crossing with Kuwait to travelers and trade. Iraq reported 8 new coronavirus cases in Baghdad, 2 in Soleimania and 1 case in Karbala.
And as per World Health Organization's latest situation report on the COVID-19 outbreak globally, over 100 countries have now reported laboratory-confirmed cases of COVID-19. China reported 22 new deaths today from the novel coronavirus epidemic, and the lowest number of fresh cases since it started reporting the data in January this year. There were 40 new cases nationwide, the National Health Commission said, with most in Hubei, the central province, at the epicenter. The 22 new deaths bring the country's toll to 3,119. More than 80,700 have been infected in total in mainland China.
A couple linked to the Islamic State's Khorasan module was arrested from South Delhi's Jamia Nagar yesterday for allegedly instigating anti-CAA protests in the national capital. The Delhi police said that they have been identified as Jahanjeb Sami and his wife Hina Bashir Beg. They also informed that the couple hailed from Srinagar and were residing in Jamia Nagar in Delhi. Interrogation has revealed that they had created several anonymous accounts on popular social media platforms like the Facebook, Instagram and Twitter to promote the ideology of the ISIS. They were also circulating material against the government for enacting the CAA. 4 mobile phones, a laptop, 1 external hard disk and incriminating material has been seized from their house. A case has been registered against them and further interrogation is underway.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with Nari Shakti Puraskar winners in the capital yesterday. 15 women achievers from various parts of the country, including Leh, Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh, shared their trials, struggles and how they achieved their goals with the Prime Minister. Lauding the contribution of Nari Shakti Award winners, the PM said that the Nari Shakti Award winners have made great contribution towards building society and inspiring the nation. He added that the country could not have achieved the open defecation-free status without significant contribution from women. Similarly, he said malnutrition issue can also be resolved with greater women participation.
आने वाले दिनों में एक काम जो हमारी माताएं बहनें बहुत अच्छी तरह कर सकती हैं, वो एक है, हमें कुपोषण से मुक्ति लेनी है। आज भी हमारी 12, 15, 17 साल की बच्चे यहाँ देखें तो एनेमिक कंडीशन है, उनका शरीर जितना मजबूत होना चाहिए वो नहीं है। अगर हमारी बेटियां मजबूत नहीं होगी तो हमारी माताएं मजबूत नहीं बनेगी और उनके जो संतान होंगे वो भी कभी मजबूत नहीं बनेंगे, तो देश भी तो मजबूत नहीं बनेगा। और उसका एक कारण है छोटी छोटी चीजों का हमारे विषय में। न्यूट्रिशन विषय कोई बहुत बड़ा पैसों का नहीं है, हमें पता नहीं है कि किस प्रकार से इन चीजों को किया जाए। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि इस महिला दिवस पर देश भर की महिलाएं संकल्प करें कि भाई हम इसमें क्या चीजें होती हैं, कुपोषण से मुक्ति के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, गरीब से गरीब को भी सिखाएंगे। आप देखिए भारत में से कुपोषण की समस्या को हम बहुत आसानी से मुक्त हो सकते हैं।
And the Prime Minister, as we were telling you, interacted with Nari Shakti Puraskar awardees. He congratulated women farmers in particular for their outstanding work in the field. Padala Bhudevi, Veena Devi and Chami Murmu shared their stories with the Prime Minister. Let's listen in.
मेरा नाम है पड़ाला भूदेवी, एपी श्रीकाकुलम डिस्ट्रिक्ट से आया हूँ। मुझे छोटा उम्र में शादी हुआ, मेरा हस्बैंड छोड़ दिया। मेरा जैसा और महिलाओं को ग्राम सभा बन के और ग्राम में उन्होंने कैसे जीता है, थोड़ा सा लैंड उनको रहता है और उन्हें में खेती करके उनका बच्चा माँ को कैसे खाने का देता है, ट्राइबल एक्ट क्या क्या रहता है, वुमेन का राइट्स क्या क्या रहता है, न्यूट्रिशन क्या है, न्यूट्रिशन के लिए कौन कौन फसल होगा, ये सब मैं जान लिया। माता पिता जजमा वो सब लोग मिलेट्स खाते थे, वो मिलेट्स हमने फसल करेंगे ये सब कहकर 3400 एकड़ में मिलेट्स फसल किया। इंडिविजुअल मार्केटिंग से पैसा नहीं आएगा, इसलिए कंपनी बनाया है। कंपनी में ऑनलाइन में देखकर हम बेच देंगे, वो पैसा खेती वालों के आएगा।
आपको मालूम है अभी सरकार ने बजट में
हाँ सर,
एफपीओ का बहुत बड़ा फार्मर्स प्रोड्यूसर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का एक बहुत बड़ा मिशन लिया है। इसका भी आपने भरपूर फायदा उठाना चाहिए। आपके इलाके में इसके कारण बड़ा फायदा होगा।
मैं जो है मशरूम के खेती करती हूँ और प्रशिक्षण देती हूँ। 5 साल सरपंच रह चुकी हूँ। 2013 से मशरूम का खेती हम कर रही हूँ। हम बगल से देख रहे थे कि कैसे जो है इसका बांधा जाता है, कैसे किया जाता है। तब हम मैडम से बोले कि मैडम 1 किलो जो है मेरे लिए लेकर आइएगा बीज। तो लेकर आई तो सब जो है बताए कि रात भर 12 घंटा फूलने के लिए देना है, 12 से 14 घंटा तक। तो आप लोग जो है रसायन विधि नहीं कीजिएगा, आप लोग के जो है झरना का कमी नहीं रहता है तो उबाल के कीजिए। जगह का बहुत कमी था तो हम अपना जो पलंग पर सो रहे थे उसी के पलंग के अंदर हम बांध दिए, सभी को बैग को और टेबल के अंदर बांध दिए और चारों तरफ साड़ी को घेर दिए।
मैं चामी हूँ झारखंड से। बैठक करने के लिए शुरू किया महिला लोग के साथ, तो फिर गांव वाला में बहुत विरोध किया कि महिला लोग क्या बैठक करेगी, कुछ काम करके दिखाना चाह रहे थे। क्या बैठक करते रहने से तो हम लोग का कोई ये नहीं होगा, तो 1 लाख नर्सरी करने के लिए दिए हम लोग को। सरायकेला जिला में 2800 ग्रुप है, करीब 30,000 महिला लोग जुड़ी हुई है उसमें।
आपको बहुत बधाई हो।
And let's now listen into these Mountaineers, Tashi and Nungshi Malik, as well as India's first women fighter pilots Avni Chaturvedi, Pavna Kant and Mohana, who interacted with the Prime Minister.
नमस्कार सर, मैं नुंक्षी हूँ, इससे 21 मिनट बड़ी वाली जुड़वा। लास्ट टाइम भी ऐसी परिचय दिया था। 2015 में मैंने और ताशी ने अपना फाउंडेशन खोला था ताकि एडवेंचर में लड़कियों को हम थोड़ा और उत्साहित करें और उनको इस फील्ड में थोड़ा और आगे लेके आएं, क्योंकि अभी भी आउटडोर इंडस्ट्री में इट्स ऑल मेल डोमिनेटेड। और क्योंकि अब क्लाइंबिंग एक ओलंपिक स्पोर्ट है, हम टैलेंट हंट कर रहे हैं विद इन इंडिया टू ट्रेन गर्ल्स फ्रॉम अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड एंड डिसएडवांटेज्ड एरियाज। सो दैट इज आवर बिगर गोल। और हम चाह रहे हैं कि इंडिया में हम लोग बेयर ग्रिल्स जैसे बने, क्योंकि जो छोटी छोटी लड़कियां हैं दे लुक अप टू अस फॉर इंस्पिरेशन, और हमें लगता है हमारी इंस्पिरेशन वहीं से शुरू होती है। तो हम चाहते हैं कि इंडिया में भी हम डैड डॉटर का एक टेलीविजन शो करें जिसमें चैलेंज सर्वाइवल से रिलेटेड उनको इंकरेजमेंट मिले थ्रू द शो। एक्चुअली हम लोग पैदा नहीं हुए थे सोच के कि हम माउंटेनियर्स बनेंगे, हमारा बिल्कुल डिफरेंट इंटरेस्ट था। वो तो बिकॉज पापा को लगा कि जब हम कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलते हैं और पहाड़ चढ़ते हैं तो उसमें काफ़ी कुछ ऐसे चीज़ें सीखने को मिलते हैं जो बुक्स नहीं सिखाते हैं। हम उनको ये बताना चाहते हैं अगर हम चढ़ सकते हैं पहाड़ तो आप अपना पहाड़ चढ़ सकते हैं, एंड नथिंग इज स्मॉल।
हमें सौभाग्य मिला कि हमने जब भारतीय वायुसेना ज्वाइन करी तो हमारे ही टाइम पे ये पॉलिसी आई कि अब से महिलाओं को लड़ाकू विमान उड़ाने की अनुमति दी जाएगी। तो हमारी परफॉर्मेंस के हिसाब से और हमारी चॉइस के हिसाब से भारतीय वायुसेना ने हमको पहली बार फाइटर स्ट्रीम में कमीशन किया 2016 में। तो हम तीनों लोग देश की पहली ऐसी महिलाएं बने जिन्होंने पहली बार भारत के आसमान में MiG-21 फाइटर एयरक्राफ्ट को उड़ाया। हमारी जो चुनौतियां हमको मिलती हैं फ्लाइंग करते हुए, उसमें हर दिन जब हम उड़ते हैं, कुछ नया सीखते हैं, तो अपने अंदर की जो डिटर्मिनेशन होता है कुछ करने का, वो जो फीलिंग होती है वो स्ट्रांग हो जाती है हर दिन निकलने के साथ में से।
कॉलेज के बच्चों को मिलते हैं, उनको पता चलता है कि आपने काम किया, उनकी तरफ से क्या क्वेरी है?
जो लोगों का फोकस रहा है लड़कियों का खास तौर पे, वो काफी प्रोग्रेसिव हो गया है, और अब वो ना केवल मतलब वो लोग एज अ करियर वुमेन अपने आप को आगे देखना चाहती हैं।
मैं भी एक बहुत ही मिडिल क्लास फैमिली से बिलोंग करती हूँ, दरभंगा बिहार से। वहाँ पे मैंने स्कूलिंग के बाद कॉलेज किया। बचपन से सर ये था कि जो सिंस मैं सिविल बैकग्राउंड से बिलोंग करती हूँ, तो फौज का ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं था, बट ये था कि कुछ करना है तो उड़ना सबसे बेस्ट ऑप्शन है। तो जब मैं गई थी, मेरे हिसाब से एयरफोर्स मतलब फाइटर ही उड़ाते होंगे, इस थिंकिंग के साथ गई थी। तो आई थिंक सबसे बड़ा योगदान मेरे माँ बाप का रहा।
मैं राजस्थान से हूँ और एयरफोर्स ज्वाइन करना मेरे लिए एक काफ़ी आई वुड से लेगेसी वाला ऑप्शन था, बिकॉज माय फादर, ग्रैंडफादर बोथ हैव सर्व्ड इन एयरफोर्स, एंड बचपन से उनको जब यूनिफॉर्म में देखती थी तो एक ही सपना होता था कि उनको, प्लस स्कूल में कभी एजुकेशन ऑफिसर्स जब आते थे तो उनमें लेडी ऑफिसर्स को देख के बहुत प्रेरणा होती थी कि किसी दिन हम भी इसी तरीके से यूनिफॉर्म पहन के रॉब में चलेंगे।
A mason, a centenarian, athlete, Jharkhand's Lady Tarzan and a mushroom Mahila were among the 15 women awarded the Nari Shakti Puraskar by President Ram Nath Kovind at the Rashtrapati Bhavan yesterday. The government gives away the awards every year to recognize the service of women towards the cause of women empowerment and social welfare, especially for the vulnerable and the marginalized women. The winners hail from fields as diverse as agriculture, sports, handicraft, afforestation and wildlife conservation, armed forces and education. These achievers have not allowed age, geographical barriers or access to resources come in the way of fulfilling their dreams.
And on the occasion of International Women's Day, various parts of the world saw thousands of women coming together to protest against gender inequality, gender-based violence and marching together for equal rights. In Spain, a crowd of purple-clad women bearing flags and banners denouncing gender violence paraded down one of Madrid's main avenues towards the city centre, chanting over booming drums. Chilean women came together to march in Santiago for equal rights and freedom from gender-based violence. Mexican women also gathered in the capital's historic center to form a human chain in solidarity, demanding an end to impunity in crimes against women. In London, it was not just women but men too who, braving the rain, organized a march against gender inequality. Activists were joined by London Mayor Sadiq Khan as they marched through the capital. Berlin saw thousands of people on street protesting against violence and abuse of women and calling for more gender equality. And International Women's Day gave women an opportunity to tout their involvement in the ongoing protest to end political corruption and equal rights for women in Iraq. Women demonstrators in Paris dressed in blue danced to feminist tunes at a march for women's rights. For some demonstrators, the day marked an opportunity to call on real equality between men and women, citing issues of disparity in professional and academic sectors.
And women in the armed forces are not just being offered permanent commission but are also being inducted into combat roles. Our correspondent Anita Nagar spoke with some female Air Force officers regarding their jobs. Listen in.
Wing Commander Yadav, as an air traffic controller, you have the life of men, officers, pilots in your hands, at your command. how critical this job is. The Air Force is empowering, is giving you such a critical job. So how privileged do you feel to be in the Air Force?
We are being trained well to handle the stress as well as to make split-second judgments. Yes, it is an honor to serve in the Indian Air Force as a air traffic controller, but that is the case in every stream in Indian Air Force now, because right now no branch or no sub-branch is being off limit for women officers. Even in fighters we have women officers who are flying, so that is very good.
I have flown initially in my training stage. HPT 32 was there. Thereafter I am fully qualified on AN 32 aircraft, and now presently I am flying Dornier aircraft. Since 1993 Indian Air Force has opened a flying branch for women officers, and now we have women officers in all streams, helicopters, transports, and now fighters also. So once we don this uniform, there is no difference. If you qualify, the basic QRs are there for a particular stream. If you are qualifying that, you very well perform the duties what a male counterpart is doing. So uniform doesn't differ. It is the only your qualification. If you qualify for that, you perform that duty.
I have been in the transport fleet for last 7.5 years. Yes, it is very satisfying, especially when we are the only lifeline for our troops which are deployed both in the northern sector and the northeastern sector. We also connect directly to our island territories to the mainland of our country. Whenever there is an emergency does not give you any date or time before it hits you. And if there is an emergency, say there is flood relief, there would always be bad weather associated with it. So yes, it's risky and it is a very challenging environment to work in.
Prime Minister Modi, in his Independence Day speech of 2018, had announced that his government wants to induct women in permanent commission. The recent Supreme Court order has ensured that. Now, women in the armed forces are not just enjoying permanent commission, they are also enjoying combat roles. So, not just supporting roles, like women in the Air Force are not just in navigational branches, educational branches, they are also flying helicopters, transport aircrafts, and now for the past 2 years, even fighter jets. In New Delhi, this is Nandita Dagar for DD News.
And former Union Law Minister Hansraj Bhardwaj passed away on Sunday from cardiac arrest. 82-year-old Bhardwaj was a Congress leader and part of the UPA government, holding the second longest tenure in the law ministry. He was also the Karnataka governor between 2009 and 2014 and was given additional charge as governor of Kerala in January 2012, which he left in March 2030.
And Prime Minister Modi has expressed anguish over the passing away of the former minister H.R. Bhardwaj. In a tweet, he said that his thoughts are with his family and well-wishers in this hour of grief. Om Shanti. And moving on now to some international news, the South Korean military has informed that North Korea has fired 3 unidentified projectiles off its eastern coast a week after firing 2 short-range missiles. The projectiles were launched from the coastal town of Sondok, which hosts a military airfield. North Korea fired 2 short-range missiles off the east coast into the sea on the 2nd of March after a 3-month halt. Britain, Germany, France, Estonia and Belgium raised North Korea's latest missile firings at the UNSC on 7th of March, calling them a provocative action that violated the UN resolutions.
And hundreds of Argentinian Catholics gathered for open-air mass in Lujan as part of a prayer protest against legalized abortion. Argentinian President Alberto Fernandez announced the sending of a bill to legalize abortion, an initiative that has broad social support but is also strongly opposed by religious groups in Pope Francis' home nation. The current Argentinian law only permits abortions in cases of rape or if the mother's health is at risk. A previous bill to legalize abortion up to 14 weeks was passed by the lower house but rejected by the Senate.
And let's now move on, getting news from the business and economy front and allaying concerns over banking sector's health in the wake of Yes Bank fiasco. The Chief Economic Advisor Krishna Subramanian has said that the Indian banks are well capitalized and there is no reason to worry. Speaking exclusively to Doordarshan News, the Chief Economic Advisor said that no banking sector experts or regulators use the deposit or the MCAP ratio as a measure to gauge resilience of the banks, or rather it is the capital to the risk-weighted assets ratio, CRAR and other such metrics that can rightly gauge the health of the banks. Listen in.
We are joined by Chief Economic Advisor, and our question is, sir, regarding some media reports where they have discussed about the MCAP ratio and the risk assessment of many banking and financial institutions. So what is your take on that?
See, what I want to emphatically state is that the MCAP ratio is a totally incorrect metric for assessing the safety of banks. No banking sector expert or banking regulator uses this measure, and I will explain why. But what banking sector experts and regulators use is what is called the CRAR, or the capital to risk weighted assets ratio. Now, it is important to keep this in mind that the international norm for the CRAR is 8%. And Indian banks on average have a CRAR of 14.3%. So 8% is the mandated minimum norm, and our banks on average have 14.3%. Now 14.3 versus 8 actually translates into almost 80% greater capital than the international norm. Even compared to what the Reserve Bank requires, which is 1% higher, 9% CRAR, even compared to that, our banks have 60% more capital. So this is something that is very important to keep in mind.
What would you say, how are the fundamentals? We have seen some recent happenings which are not very good, but going forward, again, what are government assessment, what are the market scenario, how do you see that?
So as I was explaining, using the actual numbers, compared to the 8% norm for the CRAR, what is called capital adequacy, our banks have way more capital at 14.3%, which is about 80% greater. So our banks on average are very, very well capitalized. They're all very well capitalized. So there is absolutely no reason to worry. Also, the government has increased the limit, for deposits that are insured up to 5 lakhs, which covers a large majority of the deposits, together with the fact that our banks are well capitalized and the fact that the deposits are well taken care of. There is absolutely no reason for anyone to worry.
Thank you for talking to me.
The Reserve Bank's second long-term repo operations, or LTROs, for 3-year tenors worth 25,000 crore rupees will be conducted today. The reversal date for the same is March 7, 2023. RBI on February 24th conducted the second LTROs for 1-year issue worth 25,000 crore rupees, for which it received bids of 1.23 lakh crore rupees. The reversal date for repos of 1-year tenors is February 23, 2021 under the LTRO scheme announced in the Monetary Policy Review on February 6. RBI will conduct term repos of 1-year and 3-year tenors up to a total amount of 1 lakh crore rupees at the policy repo rate, which is currently 5.15%. On February 13, the RBI had said the interest on LTROs would be compounded on an annual basis and would be conducted at the prevailing repo rate.
And the Reserve Bank of India has allayed fears of the bank depositors and assured the safety of their deposits. The banking regulator added that the right way to measure a lender's solvency was its capital to risk-weighted assets and not the market capitalization. In a tweet, the RBI said, I quote, "Concern has been raised in certain sections of the media about the safety of deposits of certain banks. This concern is based on analysis that is flawed. Solvency of the banks is internationally based on the capital to risk-weighted assets, CRAR, and not on the market cap. The RBI closely monitors all the banks and hereby assures all the depositors that there is no such concern of safety of their deposits in any bank," unquote.
And on to some sports news now. The Board of Control for Cricket in India announced the Indian squads for the 3-match ODI series against South Africa, scheduled to be played between March 12th and 18th. Virat Kohli will lead India's 15-member ODI squad for South Africa series. The Sunil Joshi-led 5-member selection panel recalled fit again India all-rounder Hardik Pandya, opener Shikhar Dhawan and pacer Bhuvneshwar Kumar in their first task since appointment. The Indian ODI squad for the South Africa series goes as Shikhar Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw, Virat Kohli, captain KL Rahul, Manish Pandey, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Yuzvendra Chahal, Jasprit Bumrah, Navdeep Saini, Kuldeep Yadav and Shubman Gill. And 5 Indian boxers, including the seasoned trio of Vikas Krishnan in 69 kg, Pooja Rani in 75 kg and Satish Kumar in plus 91 kg category, yesterday secured the Tokyo Olympic berths by advancing to the semi-finals of the Asian qualifiers with mostly commanding victories in Amman, Jordan. Satish, Rani, Krishnan, Lavlina Borgohain in 69 kg and Ashish Kumar in 75 kg became the first set of Indian boxers to qualify for quadrennial showpiece scheduled in July to August this year. While fourth-seeded Rani notched up a facile 5-0 win over Thailand's Pomnipa Chuti, Krishnan endured a difficult one against third-seeded Japanese Okazawa before prevailing in a unanimous verdict against the Asian silver medalist. Rani will next face the reigning world and Asian champion Li Qian of China, who has the top billing in the 65 kg category. And Australia defeated India by 85 runs to win a record-extending 5th Women's T20 World Cup title at the Melbourne Cricket Ground on Sunday. Chasing a huge total of 185, India got off to a poor start and lost 4 wickets inside the power play overs. India could never recover from the early blows and were bowled out for 99 runs in 19.1 overs.
Well, when you lose half chances and then it's hard for a bowler to get that confidence back, and then I guess it's easy for batter too, because when they get chance, then they are just batting freely. They don't have any pressure. But I don't think we were fielding under pressure. But unfortunately, we were not able to create those chances, because that was very crucial, because they both were in great form and you cannot drop their catches. I think after that they batted very well.
And with that, let's now move on to our next segment, History of the Day, to take a look at the significant developments on this day in the past.
On this day in 1934, Yuri Gagarin, the world's first man in space, was born in Klushino, Russia. This day in the year 1959, the Barbie doll designed by Ruth Handler made its debut at the American International Toy Fair in New York. On this day in 1973, the people of Northern Ireland voted overwhelmingly to remain within the United Kingdom. In a referendum on the future of the province, 57% of the electorate voted to retain links with the UK. This day in the year 1994, one of the first female stars of Indian cinema, Devika Rani, passed away in Bangalore. Devika Rani became the first person to be honoured with the prestigious Dada Saheb Phalke Award in 1969.
Books are one's best friends. The sooner books become your companions, the greater good it does to you. Children of Radoli village in Jaipur are making books their friends with help from a 60-year-old woman who runs a library for them, a service she gives for free.
For 6 years now, 60-year-old Amrita Singh is friends with these children, and this village library has helped bring them closer. Every Sunday, this library offers children tales of art, culture, science, and a range of other subjects. From locating the state Rajasthan on the maps to zeroing in on neighboring countries, children learn quite a lot here. Visiting a library helps develop and sustain reading habits, and Amrita had always dreamt of forging lifelong friendships between children and books.
ये बताया कि पर्यावरण के लिए अपन को पेड़ लगाने हैं, और पेड़ सिर्फ कहने से नहीं लग सकते थे, मुझे लगा। तो मैंने इनको इंसेंटिव के तौर पे एक छोटी सी लाइब्रेरी की शुरुआत करी। एज अ गिफ्ट, लेकिन उसमें और बच्चे जुड़ते गए और धीरे धीरे अब मेरे पास काफ़ी बच्चे आने लगे हैं.
This library is not less than any school for these children. They not only learn how to read and write from their teacher Amrita, but also take lessons on cleanliness and moral education. Children have to plant trees and tend to them in lieu of accessing books from the library, thus helping develop love for nature among them. And children's efforts have taken the shape of a nursery in the village.
मैंने यहाँ के पढ़ाई भी सीखा, इंग्लिश रीडिंग सीखी और मैम ने जनरल नॉलेज की भी बताई कई चीज़ें और हमें पेड़ लगाना सिखाया. अगर हम पेड़ लगाएंगे तो हमें ऑक्सीजन मिल पाएगा, अगर ऑक्सीजन नहीं मिलेंगे तो अपन जी नहीं सकते.
From books in the library to study material, Amrita buys them all and provides them to the children free of cost. Every Sunday, children spend time at this library 50 kilometers from Jaipur. Amrita and her library are thus driving transformative change in the lives of children. With bureau inputs, Vishal Barristo's report from Jaipur for DD India.
Asha workers, Asha associates and the A&M workers in Madhya Pradesh are setting an example of empowerment. Not only are they financially independent, but they are also empowered enough to make their own mark in society. These grassroots activists play an important role in the complete and balanced development of women and children. That's why the central government has increased the honorarium along with the incentive amount. For these Asha workers who take care of everyone's health, the National Health Mission will not only examine their own health throughout the month of March, but also provide free treatment if needed.
Vaccinating children at the grassroots level or taking care of pregnant women, Asha workers and A&M workers do it all. They are also credited for the success of government's Dastak Abhiyan Mission Indradhanush scheme. Recognizing their contribution and selfless service in society, central government decided to further hike their incentives. Honorarium of Anganwadi workers have been increased from 3,000 to rupees 4,500 every month. Honorarium of mini Anganwadi workers increased from 1,500 to 2,250 rupees every month. Government is also giving incentive money for economic empowerment. They may also avail free insurance cover under Prime Minister Jeevan Jyoti Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. 13.77 lakh Anganwadi centers are running across the country that are providing services to 836.25 lakh beneficiaries.
2014 की अपेक्षा तो अभी बहुत अधिक बढ़ गया है, जिसमें तो हम जितनी मेहनत करें उतना हमें मिल जाता है. तो मतलब पहले से तो काफ़ी अच्छा चला हम लोगों का.
बच्चों की मतलब फीस वगैरह कोचिंग का हम खुद अपने ऊपर निर्भर करते हैं. बच्चे मेरे CBSE स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं, अच्छे 99% भी लाते हैं, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है.
काम में तो अपने दिन प्रति बदलाव मैं देखती जा रही हूँ, जो कि मुझे काम करने में भी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
Government has taken various steps to improve functioning of Ashas and A&Ms. Under the new programs, Asha-related information are stored in database. Besides, a system is also in place to monitor the results of Asha programs. Moreover, a grievance redressal mechanism is also in place for such Asha workers. Asha workers needs to be empowered so as to empower other women in the society in true sense. Hence, these Asha workers are also honoured with national awards by the government. Ground report, DD News.
And time now for the weather report.
And with that, it's a wrap on the breakfast news this Monday morning, but we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. We'll see you then. But before we go today, we are leaving you with these visuals of the residents of the Toltepec town celebrating celebrating in fact the patron saint of the fireworks during a week-long national pyrotechnics fair. And in fact, these are the dozens of fireworks called as castles that were made in the shape of bulls and beetles delivered to the sky during the festival. We're leaving you with these visuals and we wish you a great day ahead. Thanks for being with us.
Namaskar.